Cade is finally practicing in 5-versus-5 runs. This past week, we saw Cade play pickup down in Florida with other NBA players, Andre Drummond, Marvin Bagley, Jonathan Kuminga, and Trey Murphy, to name a few. So let's start with that. Cade Cunningham, how did he look to you in the summer?
He looked great. I didn't know I needed to see that video so much. Like, when we were doing the podcast during the season, I think both of us should have had a mental wellness check because it was depressing. 17 wins. Like you had mentioned earlier, had guys like Buddy Boeheim, Jared Rhoden, Stanley Amude, RJ Hampton. Like, it was rough.
It was.
I love the fact that Cade was playing in the Miami Pro League, held by Stanley Remy, who is not only Andre Drummond's trainer, but he's also Marvin Bagley's trainer as well. So shout out to those guys down there. And Jeff A. Island, too, for letting me post that video. Shout out to him. But, dude, I loved it. The one thing that I don't want to say sad about, but watching Andre Drummond scream for Cade, I was like, man, imagine if Drummond had a Cade Cunningham.
That was pretty cool. My biggest takeaway, I actually have a few takeaways from this open run, because Cade looked so smooth, man. He looked like he was in complete control of the game, man. Like, that was the one thing I was impressed with. Like, he could get to any spot he wanted on the floor. You know, just like you had mentioned, the pick and roll with Andre Drummond, it looked great. That pass was just incredible. Like, I mean, it was just a basic pass, but it was so on point. And you're just salivating a little bit because you're like, that is what we're going to expect all year. It's going to be incredible. He looked confident in his body. There was no hesitation. Like, it didn't seem like when he was attacking the rim or pulling up or anything like that, it didn't seem like there was any hesitation from him. It seemed like the shin was ready to go. He was ready to get back at it. And it honestly looked like a guy that didn't have surgery. You could tell his rehab went really, really well. And then probably the biggest takeaway from me from just watching those clips, just how the game looked slowed down for him. It wasn't even an NBA game, but there were NBA players out there. But it looked like he was moving faster than everybody else out there, in my opinion. That is me. Like, it almost was like watching a Jason Kidd and Steve Nash almost, where they are 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of everybody else out there on the floor. They know exactly what they're going to do with the ball before it happens. That's what it looked like with Cade Cunningham. Just complete control. Game looks slowed down. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think he's going to have a huge year for the Detroit Pistons this year. And the rest of the league is going to have to take notice, man. It's going to be awesome.
Was it me or did his shot look a little bit different?
That was the one thing. I went back to that a few times, and I didn't compare it to anything else, but it did look a little different now that you're bringing it up. Like, it kind of – I don't know if he got back to his college ways. That's kind of what it seemed like just a little bit. I don't know if that's where you're going with that, but he looked way more confident shooting the ball. Not that he lacked confidence shooting the ball in the NBA, but, again, there was just no hesitation from him.
Yeah, because I went back to last season when, I think it was the Hawks game where he went off for like 30. And I'm watching that, and I'm watching the Summer League run, or whatever you want to call it, Miami Pro League run. And it seems like he's getting, he's shooting at a higher arc, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It seemed like the shot was more fluid. It didn't seem like it was unnatural. Maybe that's just something I saw. I don't know if you guys want to go watch the highlights. Maybe I'm just crazy, but it seems like his shot looked a little bit different to me.
I know what you're talking about. Like, I felt like there were some times in Cade's shot it kind of looked like a push shot just a little bit. I think he was – I just kind of saw it from the waist up. I don't know if he's getting his legs in his shot a little bit more. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's not. And again, that goes back to the rehab and the injury. Maybe the injury, that's what was affecting his shot so much his first, 82 games in the NBA between his first 2 years. So I'm going to say the injury has healed itself. Rehab went well. And he's getting strength back in his lower body to get that shot up more consistently. And faster, but also with a little bit more arc, man. Maybe. I'll have to go back and watch it and confirm with you on that.
Yeah, it just looks different. I'm gonna direct message Ashton and ask them if they've been working on it. Shout out to Ashton. But it just like when I was watching that highlight film, man, I just got so happy. I was just like, man, we have a top 25 player in the NBA on our team, and he's coming back, and he's coming back with a vengeance. And I can't wait until preseason, dude. Like I'm just salivating, and I know it's 2 months away, but I'm just so excited for this team.
Oh, same. I cannot wait for more videos, more clips to come out, and like you're saying, preseason, man, it's going to be a fun year.